Hi guys, welcome to Keeping It Simple Crafts. I hope everyone is doing good. Today I am going to show you how I made this yardstick door swag, or you could use it as a garland or a centerpiece. I usually use the entire yardstick for my door swag or garland, but this time I decided to cut about 12 inches off of the yardstick. So for this door swag, you will need 2 rolls of the 10-inch deco mesh. You're going to need some pipe cleaners, some wire cutters, some scissors, and of course a yardstick to get started. And that right there, we cut ours at about 23.5. You do not have to cut your yardstick unless you want to, and you also might want to drill a hole in the top if you're planning on hanging it up. So you're going to scoot down about 1 inch, take your pipe cleaner, wrap it around your yardstick, fold one to the left side, and you're going to take another one, do the same thing, and fold it to the right side. So you have a pipe cleaner on the left and one on the right. Scoot down about 3 inches or so, and you're going to place this one just in the center. Move down about another 3 to 4 inches, and now you're going to be doing 2 pipe cleaners, one on the left and one on the right, and you're just going to repeat this pattern all the way down your yardstick. You could spray paint your yardstick the color of your deco mesh first if you would like, but it really doesn't show, so it's kind of optional. Yardstick DIYs are one of my favorite things to make because you can use this one for different things. You can place it on your dining room table and use it as a centerpiece. You can place it up on your mantle for a garland or on your front porch, or you can just use it as a wreath. So lots of options, and it's very simple and inexpensive to make. In the description box below, I will link last year's fall door swag for you that I made using a yardstick, and also I will leave you a materials list in the drop-down box below. So I went ahead and did both yardsticks the same pattern with my pipe cleaners, and now I'm taking my 10-inch deco mesh and I'm cutting it at 22 inches. For this door swag, I'm going to be using the ruffle method. So you're going to take your deco mesh and you're going to place it so that your deco mesh, the ends curl down toward the table, and you're just going to walk your fingers up the deco mesh and make a little ruffle. Then go to your first pipe cleaner on the left side and place your ruffle in it and give the pipe cleaner a few twists. Now after you have all your deco mesh added, you can add a few dots of hot glue so that your pipe cleaners do not move. Same steps, just take another piece of deco mesh that you cut at 22 inches, just walk your fingers up the deco mesh and make a ruffle, then go to the pipe cleaner on the right side. Add your deco mesh, give the pipe cleaner a few twists. Same steps. Now we're going to be placing this ruffle in the center pipe cleaner, the one where you just put one single pipe cleaner, and you're going to repeat the same process all the way down. The majority of my yardstick door swags, I don't usually add any hot glue around the pipe cleaners, but if you're worried about them moving, you could add a dot of hot glue after you place them on your yardstick, or you could do it afterwards. It's just whatever makes you feel more comfortable. But I did add one more pipe cleaner to the top so that this door swag looked more like a teardrop door swag, so it's a little bit fuller at the top. So that's optional if you would like to add one more ruffle to the top. I also did the ruffle method with the smaller swag or centerpiece. Same steps, and it turned out really full and fluffy. After I had all of my ruffles attached, I did go back and add a dot of hot glue on each side of the pipe cleaners, and then now I'm using 3 different colors of Dollar Tree ribbon to tie a bow. So first, let out a tail, make a loop, keep it pinched tightly in your hand, go to the opposite side, make another loop about the same size as your first loop. Now we're going to let out a tail. Next, I'm going to be placing the second color behind the first color. Let out a tail. Make a loop about the same size as your first color. You could make it a little larger if you want to. Go the opposite side, make another loop about the same size. Then let out a tail. And next I'm going to be using my third color, and I'm just placing the next color right behind the second color. Let out a tail first. Keep it pinched tightly in your hand. Same steps. Try to make your loops about the same size on each side. Now sometimes I do try to make the last color a little bit bigger, the loops a little bit bigger, but that's optional. Then let out a tail, and you'll want to have some floral wire or a pipe cleaner close by to wrap it tightly around the center of your bow. You could even use a zip tie to wrap it tightly around your ribbon. Okay, now we're dovetailing the ends. Take your ribbon, fold it in half with the edges to the left side. Go to your folded side and cut away from the fold, and that makes the pretty V on the ends. Kind of dresses up your bow a little bit. Now you're ready to fluff the loops on your bow. And ribbon with wire makes the prettiest bows because the loops will stand up. And all three of these ribbons came from Dollar Tree. They are 2.5-inch width ribbon. So after you have your loops fluffed, kind of pull your tails forward. And then for this one, I took the plaid ribbon and I just cut a strip probably about 15 inches. And then I just took that strip of ribbon, threaded it under the bow, and then just went to the front and pulled it tight, made a little knot and pulled it tight. And I just kind of like that added extra whimsical, I guess you could say, look that it adds to the bow. It just kind of changes up the look of it. This step is definitely optional, but I've kind of been doing this on my last few bows and I just like the way it turns out and looks on this door swag. And then just kind of trim the ends to whatever length you think looks best, and don't forget to dovetail those ends too. And then here I'm just taking the pipe cleaner and I am just going to wrap it around the yardstick, then go to the back and give the pipe cleaners a few twists and then fold them down. Then make sure you go back and fluff the loops on your bow and pull your tails forward. And also, when you get finished with this door swag, you could cover the back of the yardstick with some felt so it does not scratch your door or wall or wherever you place it. Okay, next I took a strip of the plaid ribbon and I just used the pipe cleaners to attach the ribbon all the way down the swag. Now remember, when you get finished with this swag, also go back and trim those extra, or the pipe cleaners you added, trim them short so that they don't show. Sometimes it's hard to see them, especially if you use the same colors or deco mesh, but don't forget in the end to go back and trim your pipe cleaner shorter. So I just found a pipe cleaner and I stuck the ribbon in it, and then I just kind of made a puff. Don't pull it tight. Then I went down to the next pipe cleaner, or I skipped down a few. You just kind of make it loose all the way down. But I decided to add a floral little swag, so I ended up taking this ribbon out so that I could attach the swag. Then I added the ribbon back. It looks really pretty with just the deco mesh and the bow and the ribbon down the center, but I decided to add a few more things. So I picked up some fall floral picks at Dollar Tree. And you can make this for any season, for any holiday. I'm just making mine for fall. So to make the swag, you're going to take one pick and put it on the left side, one on the right, overlap the stems, and just continue until you get the swag the size you want. And then you'll want to have a zip tie to wrap it tightly around the center of your little swag. On most of my yardstick door swags, I usually add a big bow at the top, and then sometimes I'll add a little bit of ribbon to the center and a smaller bow at the bottom. So you can kind of just change it up to whatever you want. So I'm just giving you some ideas here. Usually when I make my swags, I try to put the same on the left as the right. I try to make the sides match when I can and zip tie it tightly together. And then now I am just taking a pipe cleaner and placing the swag in it to see if I like the way it looks. And then I went back and wired it on too so it would make sure and stay in place. And then I picked up that little pumpkin sign at Hobby Lobby. But I decided since I had my swag on, I wanted to add the ribbon back on it. Same steps, just find a pipe cleaner. Don't pull the ribbon too tight, just put it in the pipe cleaner, then give the pipe cleaner a few twists. Now make sure you wire your swag on. And then I didn't want to cut the wire on my little pumpkin sign from Hobby Lobby, so I wired it on too. That way I can reuse it later if I want to. Also, when you're wiring on your swag or your sign, make sure you thread the wire through the deco mesh instead of going around it, because when you go around it, sometimes you change the shape of your door swag. So you want to thread your wires through the deco mesh, go to the back, give it a few twists, then trim off the extra part of the wire and fold them down. And then here I just went up a little bit higher on the swag and wired this little sign on, Farm Fresh Pumpkins. I thought that was cute. You could hot glue some of the Dollar Tree glitter pumpkins in. That would look really pretty on the swag too. I am using mine as a door swag, but if you're using this as a centerpiece, I would suggest tying a big bow and putting the big bow in the center and then doing 2 smaller bows on the outer edges, and then adding some pumpkins, maybe the velvet pumpkins from Dollar Tree, hot gluing them in, and maybe some LED battery powered lights would look pretty, and then hot glue a few pretty sunflowers or fall flowers in. For the smaller door swag, I just kept mine simple. I just made a swag and put it in the center, and then I also added a bow to the swag and attached it all around the yardstick. But another pretty way to do a centerpiece like this is to take some of the fall leaves and just hot glue them around the outer edges of your deco mesh, and then go back in and fill in with some bigger flowers and then also some pumpkins. And another idea, if you have a round LED battery powered candle, that would look so pretty in the center. So there's all kinds of ways to dress this up, but I just kept mine really simple. This smaller swag or garland or centerpiece, however you want to use it or call it, would look also pretty sitting on an entry table or a coffee table. Another idea, and I know this may sound weird to some people, but I like to try to keep decorative seasonal holiday wreaths in my guest bathroom. So since this one's on the smaller side, this would make a cute guest bathroom wreath. So after I tied the bow, I just attached it to the little swag and then secured it around the yardstick, and then I hung it up on my mantle so you could kind of see how it looks hanging, and also I put it on my door. So there's lots of options with these 2 yardstick DIYs. So let me know if you have ever made a yardstick door swag or garland, and if you plan on making one, I would love to see a picture of it. So if you're on Instagram, tag me at Keeping It Simple Crafts. I would love to see the pretty things you make. Please remember to hit that subscribe button. It does not cost anything to subscribe to my channel. And if you want notifications for when I upload a tutorial, just click the bell and YouTube will notify you when I upload. And also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and share this tutorial with your friends and family. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave me a comment below, and I hope everyone's doing great.